Well, 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 well. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Blue King Crab crafting and hobbies, I guess, at this point. Right? I know it's been a hot minute. Today's video will just be a showcase of kind of what I've been up to. And I've been working on a board game. And I actually did a casting, and that's what this video is going to be about, is just me undoing the casting. So here's the casting itself. There's the mini that I cast. Right there, there's two of them. And they're in these 3D printed mold casings that I made. So we can see here, there's almost like a tongue and groove to allow them to slot into one another. And then I put rubber bands around them to keep them secure, tight. And then I put just some tape on the bottom before I poured it in the silicone, obviously, and I stuck the mini down inside. Now, there's a seam here on both sides, right, that if I didn't seal up, they would leak silicone. So how I did that is I used beeswax. This is just stuff I got off Amazon. But you melt this stuff down and you paint the sides, right? That will cause it so it doesn't stick to the actual print. And then if you put a bead of it down the middle here, down the middle here, and then down the middle there, it should seal it all up. And then just for an extra precaution, you can kind of see I added some beeswax just along the edges as well. But these have been curing for about 4.5 hours, and that's all it takes. That's what it says anyway on the directions. So let's take these apart and see what we got. Okay. Everything seems to be pretty well done here. And I keep the rubber bands and I don't keep the tape. But the reason why we use these 3D printing why we use these is we can reuse them, right? And they're uniform in size and all that kind of good stuff. So let's see if this worked out. So we don't want to rip it. We just kind of want to take it off slowly. Oh, there it goes. This side too, and then we can see up in here that I put just a little bit of beeswax. I didn't go hog wild on it, just enough. But we can reuse that too, so that's always good. Now this is still a little tacky. But they'll probably cure up just a little bit in the air here. Yeah, because this stuff only takes 4 hours, and I gave it 4.5 just to be safe. Alright, let's see this other side here. This side had a little bit of a leakage from the tape. That's alright though. That's why we put that extra incentive along the sides there. But yeah, that feels all good too. And if you wanted the rest of the beeswax off, you could just warm it up. Just be careful with this filament though. Filament obviously melts, so don't get it too warm. Again, we're just slowly removing this thing. Removed pretty well though, I must say. So that's good. And we'll keep these together. Oops. We'll keep these together. That way we can, again, so we can reuse them. And then this extra little flash you can just kind of rip off. Looks like it's actually on there pretty well. So we're going to use some scissors here. Oops. Hit the camera. Use some scissors here and just kind of cut along the edge. This is all cosmetic. It doesn't help or hurt the And we're just going to do a little bit of a side here too, so it has a little bit of a bevel. Again, doesn't hurt or anything like that, but we just want a little bit of a bevel so it sticks on the ground better. So it's completely flush. Alright, but let's see if we can get this thing out of here. So again, when you're taking these out, you just kind of want to work it slowly from all the sides, all the angles. Trying to remove that vacuum seal. And then we can give it a little bit of a push. You zoom in here. And you can see in there all the details. I don't see a single bubble in that. Flawless casting. Now, it's a flawless casting because I have a vacuum seal. So when I stirred up the silicone mixture, I threw it in the vacuum seal for about 3-ish, 4-ish minutes, and it removed all of the air. And then when I poured it at a great height, like I showed in other videos, and that allowed it to basically totally, come through. But this is the actual piece itself. Let me zoom in here. Here's the piece. That's the piece right there. We'll cast it a bunch of times. Let's try this next one. All right, we just want to pop that seal on all the edges here. Slowly working around it. The biggest thing is making sure that you let this thing totally cure, though. We don't want this to prematurely finish. There we go. Let's take a quick look inside here too. Again, looks like another flawless casting. That looks exactly the way I wanted it to. That is great. And here's the actual miniature itself. So yeah, our true casted molds. When pouring the resin, it will be exactly like we did with all the other ones. Just pouring in, into a not super greased, but a well greased the silicone mold. That way it comes out easy. We're just doing this live here. Oops. There we go. You just throw these little bits in the trash, or you can keep them and throw them in, whatever you want to do. I'm going to wash these up, and yeah, we'll see. Maybe in the next video we'll do a casting of them. So yeah, till then, I will talk to you all later. Peace out.